Remote working for a vast majority of office-based businesses may be one of the greatest silver linings of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's also allowed homeowners to look outside a small radius from their place of work and look for areas that provide the qualities they value the most. Many Coloradans and new transplants are looking to move to the mountains away from the hustle and bustle of Denver and closer to their favorite outdoor activities like hiking, mountain biking, skiing, and snowboarding. In this video, we'll share everything you need to know about the cost of living in Colorado Springs and how it compares to the rest of the state and the nation broadly. First, a little bit more about Colorado Springs. If you aren't already familiar with the area, the city sits at the foot of Pikes Peak and is about 70 miles south of Denver, Colorado's primary city and capital. You can live at varying elevations, and there are many areas to choose from when it comes to Colorado Springs. It's the second most populous city in the state and has more than 500,000 residents with a median age in the mid-30s. Colorado is known for its outdoor activities, and Colorado Springs is no exception. Some major recreational activities include the Cave of the Winds, Garden of the Gods, and of course, Pikes Peak, all of which offer endless trails and roads for exploration. A young family on a hiking trail with their dog is a common sight. Mountain biking, trail running, rock climbing, skiing nearby, basically anything outdoors. Colorado Springs has it. 4 beautiful seasons, gorgeous views, a thriving economy, and the Olympics. Is Colorado Springs calling your name? If so, let's first talk about home prices and affordability. Housing prices will vary significantly by neighborhood, and several of the neighborhoods are reasonably priced. But like much of the nation, real estate is booming, so prices continue to increase. In December 2021, for example, the average home value in Colorado Springs was $457,000. In 2022, the value increased more than 25% to $580,000 and continues to climb. If these prices are still within your budget, consider that an investment in an area on the rise should pay dividends in the future. Home value, however, is different than selling and listing prices. The median listing price in January 2023 was $440,000, which is still up 3% year over year. Compare that to Denver's average listing price the same month is $565,000, which was up 6% over the prior year. Based on today's interest rates and a standard 5% down payment, your mortgage for a median sales price home is going to be about mid-2000s range. But keep in mind, there's a lot that can affect that. While Colorado Springs' average listing sales price are lower than the state's average by about 23%, and other major metropolitan areas like New York and San Francisco and Los Angeles, it's much higher than the national average of $348,000. Now, what does this look like for rent? Well, according to data collected by bestplaces.net, a 1-bedroom apartment averages about $1,000 in Colorado Springs, while a 4-bed goes all the way up to averaging about $2,200. Keep in mind that averages are obviously calculating for all available options. If you're moving into a high-end, newer area, expect rents to be a fair bit above this mark. There are other costs aside from a mortgage that need to be taken into consideration. Taxes are a big deal, and there's a few different kinds. The 2023 sales tax in Colorado Springs sits at about 8.2%, which is about 3% higher than the national average. On the other hand, one of the perks in Colorado has some of the lowest property taxes in the country for residential homeowners. The national average is about 0.99%, while Colorado's is nearly half of that cost coming in at about 0.48%. With the property tax rates this low, Colorado is tied for the 3rd lowest rate in the country. There is also a state income tax, but the tax rate is less than 5% and has been reduced by a few tenths of a percent over the last few years. Now, there's obviously a lot more than just rent and mortgage that plays a part in the cost of living. The good news is that most data points to other elements of cost of living being very similar to the national average. Things like gas, groceries, utilities, and healthcare. So while housing typically ends up somewhere about 10 to 20% higher than the national average, you shouldn't feel that in other expenses. The one last area where this is not the case are goods and services. Because the average income in Colorado Springs is higher than the rest of the country, the cost of services tend to follow that. You can expect to pay somewhere around 5 to 10% more than the national average for things like haircuts, oil changes, landscaping, etc. So how do Coloradans live in Colorado Springs, pay for their lives at the base of the mountains? You might worry that being more than 50 miles removed from Denver is prohibitive, but several major corporations call Colorado Springs home. Some of the hottest industries highlighted by the Chamber of Commerce include sports, healthcare, medtech, cybersecurity software, and even government positions in the aerospace and defense space. Nursing in particular is a booming field, and more than 2,000 open jobs make it lucrative for anyone who is a registered nurse. As of January 2023, the average resident holds a salary of just under $60,000 per year. There are plenty of people making 6 figures or more, and of course, many make less than the average depending on the industry, work experience, and job requirements. This average salary works out to be about $28 per hour. So what's the summary of all this? There is no doubt that there is a cost to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the country. The main area you're going to feel this cost is definitely in housing. From home prices to rent, Colorado Springs is going to cost you more than other places in the country. The good news is it's still cheaper than many major cities, including Denver right up the road. So is Colorado Springs in your budget for your next move? What are your top 3 reasons for wanting to move to this growing city by the mountains? And if you're already a resident, share your favorite neighborhoods and local activities in the comments below. The path to moving or purchasing a home for the first time is a series of checks and balances. We hope we've been able to demystify Colorado Springs for you and help you prepare for the cost of living once you found your new home sweet home. If you are ready to check out available listings, click on the link in the description to see homes for sale constructed by our teams at View Homes. We can't wait to welcome you home. If you found today's video helpful, please let us know by tapping that like button. And if you're looking for more real estate content like this, consider subscribing to our channel and ringing the bell for notifications, so you are always the first to see our latest video. And until next time, guys, happy house hunting.
Hey guys, if you liked this video, maybe check out this one or this one.